Hi everybody and welcome back to Amazing Tech for All. Have you ever managed large numbers of containers like Docker or one of the other container technologies but have a difficult time with the command line? Well, in steps Portainer. This is a tool that allows you to manage all your containers and your container workloads through a web application. So today we'll be discussing Portainer, what it can do, how it can manage applications for you. And I've got an example over here. For example, you can see that this version is running as hosting 11 stacks. A stack is usually a set of applications that are deployed through Compose, and they'll tell you how many containers there are, how many volumes, how many images there are. It'll tell you about the health of the images, what is running, what is in off state, and so on. So today we'll start fresh with a fresh Portainer deployment. Let's go into it. So let's go see if you can find a Portainer compose file. There seems to be one. If you just type in Google Portainer compose file, it generates one for you. So I'm going to copy this, and I've already prepared a server for us. So here is a server. I'm just about to copy this into a compose file. Let's just see what I've got over here. And there is a Nextcloud folder. I'm going to make a dir Portainer folder. What we can do is just take a look and see what is already running in this one, and there we can see we have 4 containers running with Redis, Nextcloud, the application, and there's a cron job or cron application, and then a database. So let's go into the folder for Portainer, and we will make a compose file over here. A compose file.yml or YAML file, and here we will insert the content of the previous one, of the what we found on Google. But I do not particularly like creating these volumes independently, although Portainer will make it easy for us to manage. We'll just delete that line and that one, and I'm going to just make this a local volume inside the folder. So let's go right and quit, and now we will run the command docker compose up -d. This should take a few moments. Once it is downloaded, we'll have the full application running on our local machine on port 9000. So we'll be able to get it from this machine, and Portainer is just about up and running. Now let's get the IP address for this machine, for this VM, and that is .35. 192.168.122.35. So let's copy that. We'll go to a browser and we will type that in over there, http:// Control V for that, and then it was port 9000 we said. So, and there we are. Just a few seconds ago we did not have a Portainer application. So let's go through this. Let's give it a password. And the token, to get this, you'll have to go back to the console, and here we will run docker compose logs. Let's see, logs -f, and that should give us the token. There we go. The setup token is required, so we'll copy that and we will put it into the setup token field, and we should now be A4 away. Invalid missing setup token. That can't be right, because that's what I put in there. I think I missed a character right at the beginning. Yes, the 5. So let's just put the 5 over there. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to just use add-on, and I think there should be the local version or the local Docker that's running over there, so we can do a live connect. Well, actually we are connected already, and now we can see there are 2 stacks. This I expect to be Portainer itself and the Nextcloud version that's running there. So there we go. Both these are now running, and we can manage these. We can go into Nextcloud and see the port that it's listening on. So if we go to that the application, we'll be able to see it on port 8080. And this machine, if we just find the URL, which is the same as that, let's say it's 192.168.122.35 port 8080. Here we go. That proves that our Nextcloud is working on that same IP address. So let's go back here and let's see what else Portainer offers. So here we can see that we have 5 running containers and 0 stopped, all running. Everything is healthy. Right. The number of images that are being managed, which we can remove if we feel there's some that are not appropriate, and Portainer will also let you know if there are containers or images that are not in use, which you can remove. You can then look at networks. Each of these you will find there are bridge networks that these systems depend on. Of course, we made volumes for persistence of data. So some images or some applications, particularly databases, requires persistence. So you will see the database for Nextcloud, and there's probably areas where there's content like data, like images and so on, that needs to be, that you want to save, or documents. So when we look at what we have over here, this is sort of limited to what's already installed. But what if you want to deploy a new application? So if you go to templates and applications, you can find a application like Caddy. Give it a name. Select the network. In this case, it will be bridge, and we can say deploy container. And in this case, what it will do, it will download the image, the Docker image, and it will deploy the application. Let's just see if there's anything else I need to add here. Let's just go there, deploy. Hopefully this will be a quick deployment. Some images are much larger than others, but let's see how fast this is. And it will add it. Caddy has been added. It is running on port 32768. Now Caddy itself, we can adjust all of that information around this application. Let's see if Caddy gives us a web interface. Let's go back to the dashboard. Let's see the containers again. There we go. We said it's probably not going to give us a lot of information if we do it that way, but we can type in the IP address 192.168.122.35. Let's see. And there we have it. Caddy is a DNS server that's available where you can manage your A records and a variety of other records. Caddy requires HTTPS, it seems like. We'll see if we can get that to work as well. But this video was meant to give us a sneak preview into how Portainer works. Portainer has other features and functionality where you can manage Swarm, you can enable Swarm, and you can then manage multiple VMs or Docker servers and manage all the containers around around all of them. You can, in addition, you can create your own registry or select a registry of your own, build a registry of your own, and manage credentials for those registries as well. And you'll be able to deploy and build your own Docker images. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.